Hey everybody, this is Daniel with Champion Industries, and we're talking about deliming our Champion Rack Conveyor machine, the Pro Series to be specific here. So deliming a dishwasher is very important to get rid of all that lime scale that can build up inside your machine. And the great thing is our touchscreen controller right here gives you all the tools you need to do this quite simply and effectively. So what we're going to want to do is maybe save this operation for the end of the day, because we give you the ability to start the process and then walk away from the machine, and we'll let it do its thing overnight. And it only takes about an hour or so, but this is a great opportunity to not use that time midday where the machine could be in operation. So we're going to say this is at the end of the day, and I want to go ahead and delime my dishwasher. So without touching anything else, I'm going to hit this little wrench up here in the top corner, and then I'm going to find this little button that says Delime. So if there's, for some reason, want to change some of the settings, we can go into our Delime options. We're going to type in the security code of 777, oops, 77, so that's 4 sevens, and hit enter. So right now what I have is the Delime notification is off. Let's say I want to change that. I'm going to turn that on and make it to where every 250 hours, now this will change depending on your location, or 260, based on how long of operation you want to get a little notification on that home screen. But then we're going to go over here and look at our Delime wash and our Delime rinse. So for Delime wash, on average, you're going to want this to run for about 30 minutes on the Delime wash, and 5 minutes is pretty good for the Delime rinse, because that's going to rinse twice to rinse all that product out of it. We'll talk more about that in just a second. So we're going to go back and we're going to hit Delime start. And it's going to ask you, are you really sure you want to do this? Because once you start, you can't stop. So we're going to go ahead and say, yes, I'm ready. Now again, because this machine has automatic drains, it's going to drain out all that dirty dishwater automatically. And then it's going to say, clean your screens. So I'm going to come over to the machine, and just like my day-to-day cleaning, I'm just going to make sure there's no food, soil, or scrap on my scrap screens, as well as my scrap basket. I want to make sure that that's clean. So once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and close up the doors. Once I do, it'll automatically go over and start refilling with water. So we're going to let this fill up, and then it's going to say add chemical. So at this point, I would open my door one more time. I'll come over and take my deliming solution per the instructions from your chemical provider and put that right inside the machine. Now keep in mind, Delime solution is kind of a nasty product. It can be a bit acidic, so what I'll want to do is make sure I'm protecting my eyes and my skin, so I'm going to wear some gloves and some eye protection while I'm doing that. I'm going to go ahead and add that inside the machine. While you have the opportunity, this is a great pro tip. Now remember, we're going to go ahead and pull out any of the curtains, like your blue curtains. For this, we're going to want to leave the ones that are on the outside, but you may have a short curtain on the inside depending on the size of your machine. We're going to want to pull that out. So we want to make sure that deliming solution goes everywhere. And then we're also going to want to come over here to our rinse arms. Give that a little turn. You have one up on top, and then you have one down low as well on the final rinse part of the machine. Pull that out, and we're going to take our final rinse arms and just put them right on top of our scrap screens. The reason we do this is just to make sure, because those can build up a lot of lime scale, that those get all that agitation from that Delime solution. So once I've done that, I've added my Delime solution. I'll close up the doors. It says, and at that point, it will start automatically. So the pumps are going to run. Now this is in kind of a demo mode, just so we can get through this kind of quickly for this video. But whatever we set that for as far as the Delime wash, in this case we changed it to 30 minutes, the next 30 minutes it's going to recycle that water with that Delime solution and really clean the inside of the machine. What'll happen next, you'll see here in just a second, what'll happen next is it will go ahead and drain all that water, as you see here in our little demo mode. It'll drain all that water with that Delime solution out of the machine. And then next it'll go into Delime rinse. So it'll fill back up, start rinsing, and it's going to clean all that Delime solution off the sides of the machine. It will drain again, and then it'll rinse for the second time. And what we're doing is just making sure all that Delime solution is out of this machine, so that way when we start again, we've got a nice clean machine. So once that whole process is done, a lot of times you'll do this overnight, you'll see this machine in the morning, it says Delime complete, touch to continue. Now remember, when you hit that button, it's gonna start refilling with water. So before we hit that button, we're gonna wanna come back to our machine, open up the doors, remember our rinse nozzles. We're gonna go and reinstall these. So this one below, I'll put this one back in. Make sure that my nozzles are facing towards the inside of the machine. Click that back in. Same thing for the upper one. We'll go ahead and put this back on. Make sure it's facing the proper direction. Don't forget to reinstall any of your curtains. Make sure they're the right size and go in the right place. And now your machine is ready to go. Make sure any big bits or anything didn't get caught up in our scrap screens. We'll close our doors. Your machine has been properly delimed, and now we can touch to complete. It'll fill back up and start to warm back up. And that's how you delime your Champion Pro Series rack conveyor machine.